honestly, between the 2013 and this truck, I have given up on fuel mileage. I get what I get. So I'm not too worried about fuel mileage anymore. All right, good morning. We're over here in Weatherford, Texas. It's Wednesday. So I got my cable put in yesterday, or halfway put in. So this is the data port for the truck, and this is the cable. Now this is actually supposed to be mounted behind there, but I'm not going to take anything apart, the dash apart and all that. I'll do that later. But anyway, it runs around and over into the ELD, so it's working. So I got that done. Truck's running pretty good. I think the tanks still aren't quite figured out leveling yet, so I might have to change that little splitter valve in there. Truck load's doing good, everything's riding good. Today's video sponsored by Dorsey Trailer. There's a link down in the description. Want to check them out. But everything back here is doing pretty good, nothing moving around. We got here late last night, so it's about 8 o'clock in the morning right now. Everything back here is looking good. Looking good. So we're gonna get going, make our way through Dallas, Fort Worth, and over into Alabama. So we'll talk to you in a bit. All right, I think we're ready to start our day. Go ahead and get on out of here. So our goal is somewhere in Alabama today. So that's our goal. There's a new, or somewhat new, Love's truck stop over in Alabama on I-20, and I might try to get to there. But, alright, let's see if we can get out of here. There's a car behind me going a little slow. There we go. Alright, so we're at the Petro in Weatherford, Texas. And if you guys go way back, I think my first video that I made was over here in Weatherford, Texas. Go way back. But let's get out of here. Big old shiny red Peterbilt there. I walked over by it. That's a Fitzgerald truck, which is a glider truck, which before the EPA shut Fitzgerald down, I probably should have bought one. But if you guys follow trucks, you guys probably know about the Fitzgerald glider trucks. They come with a Detroit or a Caterpillar. I think some of them are pre-emissions, and some of them are pre-ELD. So I get a lot of comments about the other truck. I'm gonna call it the old truck. There's a Mercer van right there. I get a lot of comments about the other truck, what I'm gonna do with it. I still have it, it's at home. I tried to sell it, I had a couple of people come out and look at it. I get a lot of comments of why don't I put a driver in it. That's a big one, I get a lot of why. And in my opinion, that situation is not good for either party. The guy driving the truck or the guy that owns the truck. Usually does not work out well. If you're gonna drive a truck and not your truck, you might as well go drive for a big company, get some benefits, get some medical insurance. Because when you're driving a guy's truck, another guy's truck, most of the time they're paying you on what they call a 1099, which means that you have to pay your own taxes and everything. So you're not getting any benefits or anything. And if you're going to drive somebody else's truck, you might as well get some benefits out of it. That's my opinion. And then it never fails. You hire somebody to drive your truck, they abandon your truck somewhere, leave it somewhere, tear it up. Alright, we made it through Dallas, Fort Worth. We're actually near Monroe, Louisiana, the rest area. So I'm still having issues. It was doing pretty good this morning with the tanks and the fuel. So that's the fuel gauge right there. Let's see if you guys can see it. There it is. Trying to get the glare out of there. There you go, right there. So that is the right tank. That's the passenger tank. And that's the driver tank. So you can see. So what it's doing, it's pumping all the fuel. It's pumping the return fuel into the driver tank. But it's drawing out of both tanks because I got valves on the tanks that I can isolate the tanks. And that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. We're gonna stop. We still got about another hour and a half before we get fuel. So this tank is full right here. And the other side's empty. So it's drawing out of both sides, but it's returning to one side. And that little splitter thing, that's the only other thing it can be that I can think of. So I installed a valve. So this is, if you see it, this is the draw on this side there. So we're going to turn the draw off and we're going to turn the return off. So if I leave the return on there, I don't know what'll happen, but so anyway, we turned the draw off and the return off on that one. So now basically the truck is just going to run off the driver tank. Since we're out here, we'll do a quick walk around. You see all this stuff? That is that tire dressing stuff. I'm not getting that stuff anymore. But everything looks good out here. Everything looks good. Looks good here. But yeah, we got about another hour. We're actually, fuel mileage looks like it's doing pretty good. This will be, by the time we get fuel, it's gonna be a little over 1,000 miles on a full tank of fuel. So once I fuel up all the way, we'll get an idea of how our fuel mileage is looking. But anyway, I think we're good. So, all right, I'll see you when we get over there to get some fuel. All right, we made it over here to Lake, Mississippi. We're gonna go to this Love's, get some fuel. And the truck will probably hold about 200 gallons. We'll fill it all the way up. We've gone 1,133 miles since I filled up over in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Katie called me earlier today. We booked a load out of Georgia going up to Kentucky for Friday. So we got a weekend load, and then that'll put me up in Kentucky for beginning next week. And then I got to get my truck inspected. This truck inspected at Mercer. And also I'm gonna get the Mercer's gonna install dash cams. Now they're forward facing, they're not rear facing. So they look out the front of the truck. Dash cams. So I'm gonna get that installed. It's supposed to be tied into the Omnitrax somehow. I'm gonna be giving away diesel here. I'm busy. There we go. Down to this one here. some fuel. We're going to take our 30-minute break and then make our way over into Alabama. And we'll get as far as we can before we run out of hours in Alabama. Let's see where we can get to. Alright. Let me get some fuel, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, we got our fuel, and we're finishing up our 30-minute break. I'm going to my calculator. I do miss, the other truck had that little display thing. It had a calculator and a calendar and all that. So we got 209 gallons. And we went 1,133 divided by 209. So 5.4 miles a gallon. And I was not being conservative with the fuel, so. But that's about what this truck gets. I honestly, between the 2013 and this truck, I have given up on fuel mileage. I get what I get. So I'm not too worried about fuel mileage anymore. I'm trying to get good fuel mileage. So, all right, let me finish up my lunch, and we got about 2.5 hours left of driving, and we'll be done for today. So talk to you in a bit. All right, it's the end of the day, end of the night, whatever you want to call it. We made it over here to McCalla, Alabama, at the Petro. We drove 674 miles today, so that's not too bad. Earlier I was talking about the dash cam. I'll give you a quick story. A friend of mine, Mercer driver, was involved in an accident a week and a half ago, and he had a dash cam, and a truck had came on over into his lane, pushed him up against the wall and everything else, and then the truck took off. But he had a dash cam, and he was telling me this morning that they sent the footage to the other truck's insurance company, and the insurance company for the other company called him and says, we will pay for everything, because it was so obvious that other truck was at fault. So the point I'm making is we're getting, Mercer's making us put dash cams in our truck, and they're pretty sophisticated, I believe. They're tied into the OmniTracks somehow, and they just face out. They don't face the driver, but supposed to be able to record a lot of stuff. And situation like that where you have video footage, and that really helped that guy, that other driver, from in that accident. So I'm kind of pro dash cam. I've had cameras in the truck for a long time, so it doesn't bother me. The one thing about a dash cam is it will catch somebody else doing something wrong, but it'll also show you doing something wrong. So you have to be careful. Remember, they're watching. But anyway, we booked another load. I told you about that for Friday. That's going to put us back up in Kentucky on Monday. So everything's good. We got to get through Birmingham tomorrow, Alabama tomorrow, Atlanta tomorrow, Macon, and then over down near Savannah, and then deliver Friday morning. That's what we're doing. All right, that's it. It's been a long day. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.